Peace. I am going to read you the current position, gates, and lines of Venus. Now, Venus is 10 degrees in Libra. That puts Venus in the 48th gate, the gate of depth. Also associated with the channel, the wavelength, 4816, a design of talent. The harmonic gate is gate 16, enthusiasm. The center is spleen. The circuit is understanding. The relationship between the 18th gate and the 48th is between correction and depth. The well is a resource, a pool. The awareness possibility is to store vital information as a pattern. Its depth is quality. It's dependent on what has resulted from the judgmental process. The well opens up the possibility of expression through its potential connection to the throat. Without depth, the common good can never be established. The understanding circuit is our logic process. Its nature is determined by the format of focus and concentration on patterns. The possibility to recognize in the now which patterns are vital to concentrate and focus on is the foundation of talent. Not surprisingly, it is through the arts that the need for correction in society is so often a theme. The well is depth that is available in the moment based on the potential to judge a situation in the now. The keynote of the collective circuits is sharing. This depth, whether vital information or trivial, is always being shared. By Venus being in the 48th gate and it is 10 degrees in Libra, 4835, that puts Venus on the second line. Degeneracy. Degeneracy means having declined as in function or nature from a formal or original state. To degenerate from or a degenerate form. Degenerate also means having fallen to an inferior or undesirable state, especially in mental or moral qualities. So, having fallen to an inferior or undesirable state, especially in mental or moral qualities. That is where Venus is. Venus is on the second line, which is degeneracy, and it's also in detriment. The misguided urge for harmony that degenerates when associated with inferior values into a decadence, a lack of confidence and awareness that invites interference and decadence. That is Venus in the 48th gate, the gate of depth. And this is also associated with the channel 4816, the wavelength, a design of talent. I'm going to expand a little bit more on the 4816. This is also the channel, like I said, the channel of talent. This is a channel of logical talent. It is about the perfection of pattern. It is about perfection. It's about its perfection. And the dilemma of perfection is that perfection, to get to perfection, can be incredibly boring. Have you ever watched a child learn to play an instrument? There is this dream and wonder of what the instrument can actually sound like. And then there's the ordeal of the logical process that says you have to practice over and over and over and over and over again. As a matter of fact, you never stop, ever. This is quite something, this force. All of it is about identification. If there's a theme that belongs to the logical forces, it is this theme of being identified. This identification is so interesting. If you go to the East, they will say, do not identify. And yet, the reality is that if you're going to be able to operate logically, there is no way at all that you can perfect that pattern without deep identification, because without the identification, you cannot go through the repetition because it never stops. There is always this movement towards perfection, But what is perfect? You can play the piece 1,000 times. You can play it beautifully, but is it perfect? Not if you're logical. If you're logical, it can be satisfying, but it's still not perfect. You're identified with the magic of the formula. This is talent. This is why they say that talent is 1% gift and 99% hard work, because it's the repetition. This is the thing that makes the logical being so different from the abstract being. The logical being, by its very nature, through the format, is focused and concentrated on something deeply identified with it. It doesn't have to be the arts after all. The 16th gate is the gate of skills. It's about the skills for being in the world. It's about the skills to be able to deal with the world. The 48th gate in this depth. This is the depth for what the world is. It's all about working on these corrections, perfections. These are the people who are constantly, you're aware of them all the time in the political life of any community. Those people who are always behind the improvements of this and that and the other. It's always improvements. The logical influence in marketing and advertising. This new and improved. It's new and improved. It's a better pattern. We're so identified with giving you the best damn toothpaste that is our 107th version and isn't really the best yet. This is the process. For more information, please visit throughtheveil.yolasite.com. That's throughtheveil.yolasite.com.